My dear sisters and brothers in the Lord, the reading which I have just heard just now is the only gospel reading that recorded in 4 gospels. And the reading was talking about people who came to Jesus in a large number. And the beginning of the gospel tells us that Jesus have heard of the death of John the Baptist. Of course, that will surely sadden Jesus, and that is why Jesus and his disciples took the time to go to a lonely place, retreat themselves. And we too need some time to retreat, some time to spend, a time to spend with the Lord, a quiet time with the Lord. And of course, as we know that it is only in a silence that we can hear the voice of the Lord, who continuously wanted to communicate with us. But because of the noise of the world that hinder us from hearing his voice, that is why we need a time in silence with the Lord. And when Jesus arrived at the place where they wanted to go, the people were already there. And the gospel tells us that he took pity on them and healed their sick. The compassionate heart of Jesus took pity on them. And when I read this gospel, bring me to the question, when I put myself into the situation of Jesus, what should I do when people come to me? Many a time, I look into myself and wanted to have a time for myself. And when people come, many a time I rejected them, or giving a lot of excuses not to entertain them, perhaps to delay to attend to their needs. But the gospel today tells us that Jesus took pity on them, and he did not delay. He did not delay, and he healed them. And when the time already become getting late, so the disciples of Jesus asked him to send them to the villages to look for a food for themselves. But Jesus said, give them something to eat. Perhaps Jesus knew that they have only 5 loaves and 2 fish. But also, I believe that Jesus wanted to test them, to test their faith, how much they believe in Jesus, knowing that Jesus is in their midst, and yet still they do not believe in him, that he can do things that out of human understanding. And with that 5 loaves and 2 fish, Jesus fed 5,000 men, not including women and children. It is also to prefigure how Jesus will feed us our spiritual need, to feed, to fulfill, to satisfy us spiritually. For many a time, we are looking for the food that is not spiritual. We are looking for the food that to satisfy our physical need. But deep in ourselves, deep in us, all of us are hunger for God's love, the spiritual food. The second reading, taken from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, tells us that nothing can separate us from the love of Christ. Nothing can separate us from the love of Christ. No matter how far we walk from Him, walk away from Him, no matter how we try to get rid of Him, no matter how we try to distance ourselves from Him, but nothing can separate us from the love of Christ. This is how deep Jesus loved us. And the word of St. Paul today should give us a strong reminder that He loved us so much that we are the one who always walk away from Him. And He continuously calling us to turn to Him, to come to Him. When I read the first reading today, "Oh, come to the water, all you who are thirsty. Though you have no money, come. Buy corn without money and eat, and at no cost wine and milk." I feel like I am a little child. When the father continuously called the child, "Come to me, trust in me, believe in me, come." But like a child who want to have a time for myself, want to enjoy myself, and always ignore the Father. But the Father keep on calling us, "Come, come." And finally, come to the Father, come to me. God is calling us, listen to me, and you will have food, have good things to eat, and rich food to enjoy. Listen to me. Only listen to Him. Nothing else but listen to Him. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us ask ourselves, at this moment, what is I desire the most? I thirst for what? I thirst, hunger for what? Is it power? Is it money? Is it richness? All of this, yes, all of this good and important for us, for our life. But none of this can bring us to life eternal. Only the food that Jesus offer Him to us, the spiritual food, His body, His blood. Only this can bring us to life eternal. So let us prepare ourselves to receive Him in this Eucharistic celebration.